Hey guys, today we're going to be reading chapter 1 of Because of Winn-Dixie. I have like a bunch of chapter books that I'm probably going to be reading a lot. I'll show you all my chapter books. I think I may have like 2 more. Oh yeah, and I have My Life as a Coder right here. So look, I have My Life as a Coder, Big Shot, Diary of Wimpy Kids, Welcome to Dolphin, Lost in the Storm, A Daring Rescue, and Swimming with Dolphins, and then Because of Winn-Dixie, which is the one we're going to read today. We're going to read chapter 1 of it, so let's get started. Chapter 1. My name is India Opal Baloney, and last summer my daddy, the preacher, sent me to the store for a box of macaroni and cheese with white rice and 2 tomatoes. And I came back with a dog. This is what happened. I walked into the produce section of the Winn-Dixie grocery store and picked out my 2 tomatoes and I almost bumped right into the store manager. He was waving his arms around. Who let a dog in here? He kept on shouting. Who let a dirty dog in here? At first, I didn't see a dog. There was just a lot of vegetables rolling around on the floor, tomatoes and onions, onions and green peppers. And there was what seemed like a whole army of Winn-Dixie employees running around waving their arms just the same way the store manager was waving his. And then the dog came running around the corner. He was a big dog and ugly, and he looked like he was having a real good time. His tongue was sticking out, and he was wagging his tail. He skidded to stop and smile at me. He skidded to a stop and smiled right at me. I had never before in my life seen a dog smile. But that is what he did. He pulled back his lips and showed me all his teeth. He was wagging his tail so hard that he knocked some oranges off a display, and he went rolling everywhere, mixing in with the tomatoes and onions and green peppers. The manager screamed, "Somebody grab that dog!" The dog went running over to the manager, wagging his tail and smiling. He stood up on his hind legs. You could tell all he wanted to do was get face to face with the manager and thank him for the good time he was having in the produce department. But somehow he ended up knocking the manager over, and the manager must have been having a bad day, because lying there on the floor right in front of everybody, he started crying. The dog leaned over him real concerned and licked his face. "Please," said the manager, "somebody call the pound." "Wait a minute," I hollered. "This is my dog. Don't call the pound." All the Winn-Dixie employees turned around and looked at me, and I knew I had done something big. And maybe stupid too, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't let that dog go to the pound. "Here, boy," I said. The dog stopped licking the manager's face and put his ears up in the air and looked at me. like he was trying to remember where he knew me from. "Here, boy," I said again. And then I figured that the dog was probably just like everybody else in the world, that he would want to be called by a name. Only I didn't know his name. So I had to come up with the first thing that came in my head. I said, "Here, Winn-Dixie." And the dog came trotting over to me trotting over just like he had been doing his whole life. The manager sat up and gave me a hard stare, like maybe I was making fun of him. "It's his name," I said, honest. The manager said, "Don't you know how to bring a dog, or don't you know not to bring a dog into a grocery store?" "Yes, sir," I told him. He got in by mistake. "I'm sorry, I won't let it happen again." "Come on, Winn-Dixie," I said to the dog. I started walking and he followed along behind me as I went out of the produce department and down the cereal aisles and past all the cashiers and out the door. Once we were safe outside, I checked him over real careful, and he didn't look that good. He was big but stinky. You could see his ribs, and there were bald patches all over him. Places where he didn't have any fur at all. Mostly, he looked like a piece of an old brown carpet that had been left out in the rain. "You're a mess," I told him. "I bet you don't belong to anybody." He smiled at me. He did that thing again where he pulled back his lips and showed me his teeth. He smiled so big that it made him squeeze. It was like he was saying, "I know I'm a mess. Isn't it funny?" It's hard to immediately fall in love with a dog who has a good sense of humor. Or it's hard not to immediately fall in love with a dog who has such a good sense of humor. "Come on," I told him. "Let's see what the preacher has to say about you." And the two of us, me and Winn-Dixie, started walking home. That was the end of chapter 1. And guys, if y'all want me to start reading chapter 2 tomorrow, comment down below, and I'll probably do it if y'all want me to. And I'll also probably read some other books. So, bye guys.